is second session on November 13th. This is 4:30 to 6 Ramayanam. Let's do the Mangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Haje Ramena Vijata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Varataram Ramaschadasosmyaham Rame Chittale Stada Bhautame Bhora Mama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane Shri Ramanama Varanana Om Nama Iti. Last time we were looking at the sloka number 72, Dvisaptati Tamashlokaha. I think we started it, I think we didn't do it thoroughly, so let's start with that again today. Tato Grudrasya Vachanat Sampater Hanuman Bali Shatayojana Vistirnam Upluve Lavanarnamam. One more time. For the first step is to read loudly and clearly. Tato Grudrasya Vachanat Sampatir Hanuman Bali Shatayojana Vistirnam Pupluve Lavanarnavam. Want to do Parishada Kartik for us? Try to do this one.
Yes, Satish. Tataha Grudrasya Vachanat Sampatehe Hanuman Bali Shatayojana Vistirnam
Samastapadam
Pupluve
Lavanarnavam. Okay. Now let's do the Padavicharaha. So Tataha is what? It is a
Avyayam.
Because in Avyayas there are only in Ashtadhyayi only 5 sutras. Only 5. 137 to 41. Again, we don't do sutra in detail in this class, but just quick mention to you. 137 to 41, there are only 5 rules, which is the Saradi Nipatam Avyayam up to this one, Avyaya Bhavascha. In that sutram it says Taditascha Sarva Vibhaktihi. Taditascha Sarva Vibhaktihi. Tadita, if it doesn't go in all vibhaktis, that will be a Avyayam. Certain Taditas, are classified as Avyayas. This is one of them. This Pratyatast is coming from. So this is a Avyayam. Taditascha Sarva Vibhaktihi. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, Grudrasya is Ramavad Shabda, right?
Yeah, Shashti Ekavachana.
Shashti means Sambandha. Sambandha means you try to make connection with another noun or adjective. Grudrasya is Shashti. So, which connection with which other Shabda is there in this verse?
Vachanat.
So, when you find a Shashti, don't leave it hanging around. Make the connection with another, or at least leave it pending. You're looking for a connection. Sambandha. Okay, so it's Grudrasya Vachanat. Of course, there might be some special cases of Shashti, but most of the time it is Sambandha. In fact, as I said, you can even leave the Shashtis out in the beginning to get the basic meaning. Okay, Grudrasya Vachanat. Vachanat is what? It's one of it.
Panchami Ekavachanam.
Neutral. Vanavat Jnanavat. So, when you have this Adantam Pratipadikam, then the Panchami Nyasi becomes At. So, Vachanat. Okay. Sampate here. What is
Sampati, I'm not sure what word it is. Probably Panchami
is of
the Grudra.
Grudrasya, correct. See, this is another thing, is that, when you want to look for Samadhikaranam, 50% of the time or more, you'll probably find something in Samadhikaranam. Some Sampate is, as Kartik said, Sampati Pratipadikam, declining Harivat. Could have been, is of course like Harehe, Shashti Atva Panchami Ekavachanam. As a general rule, Shashti is much more common than Panchami. If you want to make a blind guess between any other Vibhakti and Shashti, always guess Shashti. So, Shashti is the most common Bhakti, very, very common. Panchami only used in, because why do I say that? What sutram? So, Pramanam Kutra Asti, Shashti Sheshe. Panini simply says Shashti Sheshe. So, in all miscellaneous meanings, Shashti can be used. Shashti can be used. So Shashti Shesh. Whatever is not covered, Shashti can be used. So Shashti is very widely used vibhakti because it has, it covers all miscellaneous meanings. Shashti Shesha. Okay. And again, in this verse, we had a very good guide for us. Rudrasya was already covered. So Sampatehe. One more thing you can do, as I mentioned to you, is always read with good commentaries. Always read with good commentaries. And here, if you didn't know the vibhakti of Sampatehe, and if you look at the Vyakhyanam, just to, that's the trick, is all these acharyas have covered all these, have written all these commentaries for us. So read with the commentary. Of course, nowadays, when people see a book in Sanskritam, they just put it down. But don't do that, because some of these commentaries are very, very useful, and hopefully after this class, you'll be able to have less fear of the commentaries. You don't have to read the entire 5 volumes. See, for example, right now we're looking for the word Sampatehe. What does Sampatehe mean? Well, we don't know the story. So you just look at for the one word Sampatehe and see what the commentator has to say. Not the whole 10 volumes, just that one word. So let's see what they have to say. From Sampatehe Vachanat, first commentator makes no commentary. He just tells you what the Vachanam is. Tasyam Vasati Vaidehi Dina Kausheya Vasini Ityevam Rupat. So Sampati actually is the brother of Jatayuhu, and he could see Sita in Lanka. That's the story. But he gives no more commentaries than that. So let's see the other one, what he says. Sampatehe Sampati Namakasya Jatayur Jeshthasya Pakshinaha Vachanat. Very clear, very, very clear. So Sampatehe equals Sampati Namakasya. It is now, why is it doing that, Karthi? Because see, we have 2 nouns over here, Gridhrasya and Sampatehe. To normally Samadhikaranam means Ekam Vishesham, Ekam Visheshanam Bhavet. One should be the one qualified, like a noun, and one should be an adjective. Now both these are coming as adjectives. Sampati is an adjective, Gridhrasya is an adjective. So now we have to convert one of them and make it into an adjective. So that's what he's doing for you. He said, Sampati Namakasya Bahuvrihi. Sampatihi Nama Yasya Saha. Sampati Namakasya. Who is Sampati? He is Jatayur Jeshthasya Prakshinaha Vachanat. So he was the elder brother of Jatayuhu, and he is the vulture of the bird. Okay. So if you don't know what Sampati means, go to the commentary. That is their job, to see what's going on. Another commentator, Sampatehe Tannamaka Gridhrasya. Tannamaka Gridhrasya. See what he did? What he did, Karthik, is that in one case they converted Sampati to an adjective. In one case they converted, the Gridhra adjective. So Sampatehe Tannamakasya Gridhrasya. So, so he says that's how they made it. So he said, one comment says, Sampatehe Tannamaka Gridhrasya. It's Gridhra with name of Sampati. Other one says that Sampatehe Sampati Namakasya Jata Jeshtasya Pakshinaha. So anyway, either way, so if you don't know, please refer to these commentaries. Again, this is only half a sentence you read. We only read half a sentence. There's no need to be scared. Because you can read, understand. If you don't understand, leave it. No big deal. Leave it. It's okay. But try to get the feel, because this is the way to enter into difficult texts. Is that with our level of grammar, we can only go to a certain level. The next level, you can only take, the bhashya dvarena, tika dvarena, tesham anugrahena. So, okay, so please try to do that. So, okay. Hanuman is what vibhakti, Karthik?
Prathama ekavachanam.
Prathama Hanumat Pratipadikam. Hanumat, okay. Now this pratyaya matup is a very common pratyaya. As I said, Tadditas in Ashtadhyayi have more than 1,000 rules, and it is a difficult section to master because sheer number of pratyas which are available. And not only that, it is not black and white like Subandha Prakriya or Tingandha Prakriya or even Kudandha Prakriya, as a matter of fact. There are a lot of variations, lot of usages, As I said to you, even after 1,000 rules, people say, Taddhiteshu mudhaha paniniyaha. So the followers of Panini do not understand Taddhitas after 1,000 rules. So, but, there is some, so that is more like an art form. It's a language. It's not like algebra. It's a language. So you have to understand that. So you have to be ready to make some adjustments, make some extensions. But this Matup section is quite a well-behaved section. It starts from 5294 from Matup, and its top sutram is again, why do I keep coming to sutrams all the time? Because you cannot master Vyakaranam. You cannot master the language without the Ashtadhyayi. Please understand this, that, if you're just saying, I don't need sutram, I don't need, anything, I'll just read and get it. It is fine. You can understand, Just saying, I want to become an engineer. I don't want to do mathematics. It's too difficult for me. I'll become a mechanic instead. You can become a mechanic, it's okay. But if you really want to become a good engineer, you need to know mathematics. You cannot do without that. It's not possible. That's why, we tried, and this is the parampara. Respect the parampara. Understand this is the method. In fact, this is the fastest method of learning Vyakaranam. So that's why I keep on coming to the Ashtadhyayi. Because Ashtadhyayi Jaganmata is, it is, at least Vyakarana Sampradaya. It is Jaganmata. It is the mother of the world. Because without that, we are lost. So please excuse me, but also understand why I'm doing this all the time. Come back to the Ashtadhyayi all the time. So that's Tadasyasti, and only the beginning is difficult. After you learn the hang of it, you will appreciate that. So, because as I said to you, the main heart of the language is the verbs. And verbs, you cannot memorize them all. It is unrealistic. It is not efficient at all. It's not possible to do it. So now you just end up guessing, making guesswork. Or you come to Panini Ashtadhyayi for the verbs. Then if you're going to come there, you start from the basics again. That's the problem. Okay, anyway, I've said this before. Otherwise, why do you need Ashtadhyayi to read Ramayanam, you will say? Because it's practice for us. Practice. Let's practice the one that we know. Build our confidence in what is going on. So, Sutram 5294 up to end of 52 is the adhikara of the Matupadhikara. Again, nowadays, mostly people don't read Ashtadhyayi. They only read Siddhanta Kaumudi, or at best, really, Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So you lose the Ashtadhyayi sequence. That's one thing we try to do in this class, is always keep a track of Ashtadhyayi. Okay, Kaumudi is our basic text. Our main text is Siddhanta Kaumudi. The latest one is also very convenient, very useful. That is true. But don't lose sight of Ashtadhyayi. Keep on repeating this many times. Don't lose sight of Ashtadhyayi. So, because that's the Mula Parampara. Tadasyastya Spiniti Matup. Now, this Matup is used in some various special senses. In fact, I think we saw this last time. Let us go to it quickly. Why do we need it for Hanuman? Because I think we also mentioned last time, is that anybody who has a Hanu will not be Hanuman. Only this is Prashamsayam Matup. Prashamsayam Matup is, there must be something here. Tadasyasti Nimittam. Okay, here it is. Bhuma Ninda Prashamsasu Nitya Yoge Tishayane Samsarge Asti Vivakshayam Bhavati Matupadayaha. So Matup and its related affixes in the sense of Matup, they all come in these special meaning. One is Prashamsaya. So one who has a Prashasta Hanuhu. Yasya Sa Hanuman. In fact, here if you look at Hanuman, they might even give some commentary. Let us see if they give any commentary for us. Hanuman Bali. Because they may not repeat it every time because they already gave it to us one time before. Here it's, in fact, one commentary Govinda Raja gives that Hanuman Prashasta Hanuhu. So, and because Indra had given him the boon, So he says, Matkarot srishta vajrena Hanuhu tasya tada kshataha. Look, it's a masculine word. Okay, it looks like it's a masculine word. You should say Prashastaha Hanuhu yaschataha. So Indra is going to say, Matkarot srishta vajrena Hanus tasya tada kshataha. So Indra said that at that time his jaw was hurt by the thunderbolt hurled by me. Says Natra Esha Namna Esha Namnesha Harishardulo Bhavita Hanumaniti. So Indra kept his name as Hanuman because Matkarot Srishta Vajrena Hanustasya Tadakshataha Namna Esha Namna Esha Harishardulo Bhavita Hanumaniti. So, okay, anyway, so that is what is coming. So this Prashamsayam Matapam, it is in a one who had a special, extraordinary, exceptional jaw. Okay. And now the same thing, next word, Bali. What's the Padipadikam, Kartik?
Balin.
Padipadikam Balin. It's also Matuparcha Pratyaha. In fact, in this shloka, believe it or not, we have one more Pratyaya, which is Matuparcha Pratyaha. Hard to spot. What do you think it is, Kartik? You know how many words left? Not many words left now.
Is it in Rudra?
It's the word Aranavam.
Oh.
So like the word Keshavaha. The word Keshavaha, as which made the joke that, you know, in the Bhagavata Puranam, this Keshava, Lord Krishna, he kills Keshin, who is a Daitya, a demon. So Keshavaha, Keshinam Hanti. Interesting is that they are both coming from the word Kesha with the Matuvarthya Pratyaha. Because Panini has special sutrams Keshadvo Anyatarasyam. There is one sutram just for the word Keshavaha. In this section of Matup, Panini gives a special sutram to form the word Keshavaha. Keshadvo Anyatarasyam. Keshadvo Anyatarasyam. It will be somewhere here. Keshadvo Anyatarasyam. That he forms the just here it is. Keshadvo Anyatarasyam. So this word is also, that's what I'm saying, these pratyas are a little bit difficult to spot. But the Keshadvo Anyatarasyam is Pashastaha Keshaha Yasyasaha Shri Krishna Vishnu, whatever you say. On the other hand, the other Kesha also, he was also Keshan. The demon was also Keshan. So he was coming from this one. Ata Initanau. Ata Initanau. So Atishayane, one who has too many hair. So he was hairy, you know, like in English, hairy, I guess, so hairy. So he was hairy. But because he had, you know, we were just looking at this, this says, Bhuma Ninda Prashamsasu, Prashamsasu, Nitya Yoge Atishayane. The Keshin was Atishayane. He had too many hair all over. While the Krishna was Prashamsaya Matup. So interesting, the same Matup Pratyaha, of course, one became in, is used in the one who was killing, one who was killed also. So Ata Initanau. Ata Initanau means that if you have Adantam Pradipadikam, remember this is Adhikara of Niya Pradipadikat. So Ata means that Yena Vidisadantasya, it qualifies the Pradipadikam, Adantam Pradipadikam. Then you can use the pratyas Ini and Tan. There are many pratyas using the sense of Matup. Okay, this is a section which is worth studying. It's only from 5 to 94 up to 5 to 130, 140. Okay, it's not that small, I admit. It's 45 sutras. But still, if we can keep this for ready reference, there are many words which come from this. Like the word Bhagavad Gita itself, you know, Bhagavat. That there you have it in the Gita. So these are very common. Again, they're all in one section. You don't have to jump from place to place, you know. So Ata Initanau. So if we have Adantam Pradipadikam, Pratyaya Ini or Tan can be used for, let's inaugurate our document. So Grantasya Udghatanam. So now we have the word Bala, and that is taking the Pratyaya Ini in the sense of one who has Bala. So here also we can use the same Vyakhyanam, which says that here in the sense of what sense, Kartik? Atishayana, you can use Atishayana also, is that one who has the excessive strength. Not anybody who has strength is not Balin, one who has excessive strength is Balin. So here we have the Pratyaya Ini by 51115, then of course we use the, why is the ikar in it, Kartik? Why is the ikar?
To protect the nakara.
Very good. So nakara tranartham, rakshanartham. So ikaraha idrupena grihitaha. So because otherwise if the E was not there, you would have had the sutram halantyam, then the nakara would have gone. So now how do we drop the akara of bala?
By yasyati cha, yachibam and yasyati.
Yasibam yasyati. We saw it last time. Anyway, we won't go into too many details. If you want, I'll just put the numbers here. What Kartik is saying, first of all, you can apply the Upadesha Jananasika it, then the Angam Bala gets the Bha Sanya. We just saw it the first half of the class, we saw that, 1418 Yachibham. And that triggers the rule 64148, which is Yasyeti Cha. Anytime you have Pratyaya which is Swadi, not Sarvanamasthana. Sarvanamasthana in the Tadita, there is no Sarvanamasthana at all. So if you have a Tadita Pratyaya, then the Angam will go in two categories. It either be Padasanya or Bhasanya, which is important. And then accordingly, you have to go to the Bhasyadikara from 64129 to end of 64, or the Angasyadikara, which goes from 8116 to I think 8354. So 64148 says that if you have an Angam ending in the A Varna or E Varna, long or short, A or E, followed which has the Bhasanya, followed by Tadjite athva Ikare pare, Angasya lopasyat alontyasya comes Balin. Okay, Balin, and then the sutram Saucha. Saucha will do Dirgha, become Bali. Of course, you'll get Halniyabhyo. I'm sorry, I cannot stop the temptation to put the sutras down. So this is, okay, Kartik, give me the numbers here for Bali. So we use Halniyabhyo Dirgha Suti se Pruktam Hal. The sup drops, Sakara of drops, sup, and then
Saucha Dirgha.
Saucha Dirgha. Saucha. Saucha Sutram says when you have the Innantam Mangam, among some other things also, followed by the Pratyaya Su, then the Upadag is Dirgha. The good thing about these sutras is that, 6-4, I'm sorry, is I would strongly urge you to master these rules for Sandhis and Subanta, because there are only not that many compared to the whole Ashtadhyayi. It's a small segment, and they function very orderly and in a nice manner. There are not that many apavada or anything. So if you want to get that in your bag first, because there are many moving pieces, those will take later. Let's get the easy fixed ones first. So the Saucha Dirgha, Saucha is 636413. After that, of course, you get Nulapa Pradipadikantasya. Nulapa Pradipadikantasya. The ending Nakara will drop. All right. 827. Okay. By the way, now we are putting sutra with the hyphens, so that they can be later on linked, and they'll be all all those good things are coming later on. So, okay, so let's go back to the Ramayanam. All right. So Balin again qualifying Hanuman Bali. Shatayojana Vistirnam Kupluve Lavanarnapam. Shatayojana Vistirnam. Shatayojana is what kind of Samaha?
Shatayojana is Dvigu Samaha.
Dvigu comes in what sense? Dvigu, see, it is a samaharaha. So Shatasya Yojananam samaharaha. See, because see, when you use this in Samadhikaranam, when we use to form a Karmadharya, right? It can be because Dik Sankhya Sanyayam is given. Is that you have a number or a directional word, right? Normally that cannot compound with and form a Kramadharya compound, Samadhikaranam, unless you have a Sanya, a special. So you can form a compound like Chaturvedaha, the Saptarishayaha, but not Panchabrahmanaha. So Dik Sankhya Sanyayam is the sutram. Dik Sankhya Sanyayam, Dik Sankhya Sanyayam. Here it is. But the next sutram Kartik says, Taditartha Uttarapada Samahare Cha. Uttarapada. If you're forming a bigger compound, say Panchabrahmana Kulam, in that case you can form Panchabrahmana also. Here we have that, don't we? Do you have that? We have here So Shatayojana Vistirnam is a part of a bigger compound. So that's why we can form the Shatayojana. So it means 100 yojanas. It's about 800 miles. Shatayojana Vistirnam. So what kind of compound is this one? I think is it Dondra compound?
Bahuvrihi?
No, it will not be Bahuvrikati because Vistirnam is already adjective qualifying the Arnavam. So this is going to be a Tatpurusha compound. It is a, of course there might be some choice between what kind of Tatpurusha it might be, because it can be maybe Polysattva, maybe possible, right? Shatayojane Vistirnam. It's spread out over 100 yojanas.
100 years.
So it is the ocean, which was of course qualifying the Arnavam, which is spread out over 100 yojanas. Now, so that is the karma of the Pupluve. Now, Pupluve is, how about the form Vistirnam? What's dhatu over there, Vistirnam? Stru with the dirgha rukara, dhatu is stru. Stru becoming stirnam, right? Kru becoming kirnam, stru becoming tirnam. These are also nice forms to look at. In fact, you can work backwards. If you see the form Vistirnam, you can make a good guess. The dhatu probably was stru over here. So Karthik, what you want to try this one for us? The rules, you know.
Yeah, I'll try.
You know some of them. I know you know some of them. So, okay, let's say you take stru plus a pratyaya kta. You want to form what's called nishtha, what's called as a past passive participle. Very bad term to use because of the fact that many times it's neither past and also neither passive. Okay. Now, as it's in fact, simple thing is that if it's going to be akaramaka dhatu, it's going to be active because the ocean was not spread over by anybody else. Ocean itself was spread. Vistirnam means it was spread over. This is an active sense. This itself is not a passive particle. So ocean was spread out. Not like somebody else is spreading over the ocean. Okay, dhatu stru pratyakta udrudantaihi in nishedha. It's in prapta, isn't it? Udrudantaihi. So not too much, a little bit fast maybe. As majority of dhatus ending in ach are anit dhatus, which makes sense, and majority dhatus ending in hal are set dhatus, which makes perfect sense. When you have ajantam, you don't need to bring iragamaha with the pratyaya following to help pronunciation. So a word like pat becomes pachita, because of course you need the ikara to help pronunciation, becomes pachita. So the pat dhatu is a state dhatu. But if you have a dhatu like maybe chi, becomes chita. You don't need another ikara in there. But there are some exceptions to that. One of the exceptions is that this is all the topic of 7 to 10. If you want to read on your own, read the sutram 7 to 10 with the vyakhyanam, which says, Panini says, every dhatu as a default in Ashtadhyayi allows idagamaha. Only sometimes there might be a nishedha, and the main first stop for nishedha is 7 to 10. And that says, ekacha upadesha anudatta. Ekacha dhatu anudatta svaraha on the dhatu svaraha. That will not allow idagamaha. Now, how do we know which dhatu in dhatu partha have the anudatta svaraha? So they have made a listing of those dhatus which are ajanta dhatus, which are actually set, and reverse, which are halantas, which are anit. Remaining follow the majority. Majority, which is that the ajanta dhatus are mainly they will be anit dhatus. Halantas mainly will be set, but for the exceptions which are listed in 7 to 10. Now, Karthik, there it says udrudantaihi. So dhatu ending in long ru should be set. So what do you do now?
Shukasthiti, is it?
Very good. Shukasthiti. I'm impressed. Shukasthiti. So the kit pratyaya follows, then the idagamaha is tough. In ugantam mangam, there is no idagamaha. If the kit pratyaya follows, shukasthiti. 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 Okay, if you don't understand all of this, listen to it one time, 2 times, 3 times. Hopefully there might come a day you say, I understand this now. So say 7 to 11, Shukha Kiti. Idagama is start. What's the next step, Karthik? What do you do with next one? This next.
There should be a yikara.
Rute dhatoho. Rute dhatoho. Because first of all, the kit pratyaya, so no guna. So kiniticha guna nishedha. Rute dhatoho uran raparaha. Becomes stir. Stir, no. Stir, no. Next sutram, I think you may not know, Karthik. That is, I think, 8242. This sutram you may not know. That is, radabhyam nishthato naha. The radabhyam nishthato naha urvasya daha. Is a dhatu ending in refa or dakara. So nishtha takara becomes nakara. And if the par is dakara, that also becomes nakara. So that's when you don't know 8240. That's one for you today, Karthik. 8242, okay? So Sadabhyam nishthato na purvasitadaha. So now you got vistir na. The next step.
There's a dirgha and ra follows, rekha follows.
Halicha. Halicha. Rephanta vakaranta dhatu. Followed by a hal becomes upada dirgha. Upada ik becomes dirgha. And finally, of course, the vistir na. You're going to get the Rashabhyam known as Samana Pade, right? Vistirna. So that's the final step. So Dhatu was through. I just put the numbers here, and you can study on your own in detail if you want. So it becomes let's get this here. All right. So in the form stirna, what we have is vistirna. So start with Dhatu was through. Dhatu through. Dhatu was through, and here we used the rules. We first of all got to say Shukha Kiti. We used stop the idagamaha. Then we used the Rute dhatoho. After that we used Uran Raparaha. Of course, Uran Raparaha 1151 Uran Raparaha. Then we went to the we got stir na. After that we used 8240. Stir we have. Then 8242 becomes stir na. Then 8277, which is halicha, and finally 841 rashabhyam no nastamana pade. So that's the final thing. Now one thing you can say is a simple formula is look at how many rules you can learn. If you do not know all the rules, if you can even look them up, even that's a very good thing. If you do not know all the rules, you can look them up to get the fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. So and again, these are well-behaved forms. The well-behaved forms to try to understand them well and make understand your increase your knowledge of the Ashtadhyayi. So I want you to get to the point where you can say that I don't know the rule off the top of my head, like in English, I don't know the meaning of this word top of my head, but so what? I can look it up in 1 minute. It's no big deal. I just open up the book and I can see there. But if you don't know which book to open and where to look, then that's the stage we're trying to get to. So if you don't know the rule halicha, if you didn't know radabhyam, so these are rules we can look up in 2 minutes. That is also fine. You can look it up. Okay. So hopefully you hear it many times. You get some practice. Then you can try to get to the point you can look it up on your own. So, Satayojana Vistin Pupluve, Dhatu is plu. Dhatu is plu, Pupluve. Plu actually to jump, to swim, to float, to jump across. So the commentator is saying Pupluve, Plutva Tatara ityartaha. Plutva Tatara. Having jumped, he crossed across the sea. So it's understood. It means he jumped the ocean. It means that what? Having jumped up, he crossed the ocean is what it means. Plutva tatara, what the commentator is saying. In fact, another commentator is saying Pupluve equals ullangitavan. Ullangitavan. Ullanga. Langa is to cross. Ullanga is to cross across. Ullangitavan, he crossed across. Either you take the meaning of Pupluve means to cross across, or you take it understood as Plutva tatara, having jumped up, he crossed. The commentaries are very useful. See, one thing about the Ramayanam is that Ramayanam itself is not that difficult a language, unlike the Bhagavad Puranam. And then you have the commentaries. So if you can practice Ramayanam with the commentaries, you have 24,000 shlokas. And again, if you don't understand all of it, don't worry. Leave it. Leave it. Even if you get 20%, even if you get 10% in the first pass, that's a lot. Because you got 2,400 shlokas, you got the meaning. That's tremendous. It takes time, dedication it takes, and of course the grace of Sri Rama. But if you can do that with the commentary, next time you come, you'll be better equipped to attack more of the problems. So simply, if a commentator says, Pupluve is plutva tatara, Pupluve is ullangitavan, ullangitavan. Okay? Now the commentator says, Pupluve ullanghe, ullanghe. You see crossed. Anyway, so Pupluve form, quickly, Kasi, we won't put in document, Pupluve dhatu plu, pratyaya lit. You get 618, right? Liti dhatoho anabhyasasya. We get the abhyasa karyam, haladisheshaha. So in the abhyasa, a consonant can stay only if it's the first member. These are very, very good rules. You get great bang for the buck. I would highly recommend to you to study 7, 4, 59, 60, 62, 66. You can use them in lot of places. So you can practice all they tell you that the samanya niyamaha, abhyasa bhage, pravartamanaha, samanya niyamaha, the general rules for what happens in the duplicated left-hand side part. So again, 7, 4, 59, 60, 62, 66, just these 4 rules. I can guarantee you in the Gita itself you can apply probably maybe 100 times. Well, maybe not 100 times, but what I'm saying is many, many times, you can apply these. So you do like the Pupluve. Pupluve. So this, the India Abhyasa, that's 7460. In the Abhyasa, the hull can stay only if it's the first member. In the Plu is pa, la, u. The Lakara is not the first member. It will drop. So Puplu. Now, pratyaya is what, Karthik? From
Ta.
pratyaya. Because of what this is the Atmanipadam form, it is the Prasana Purusha Ekavachanam, because the Karta is Hanuman. He's the third person, Hanuman. He jumped. So you have to always start with the first 3 steps all of you should know, which is for getting any verbal form. Dhatu plus Lakaraha. So here we have Plu plus Lit. Now, in the lit lakara, remove the it letters. So, Halankyam, Upadesh Ajunanasika it, but plu plus la. Next is step number 2. Step number 3, in the place of la, bring in the appropriate pratyaya from 3, 4, 78, tip, taji, etc., depending on its atmane padam or parasme padam, depending on whether it is first person, second person, third person, single, dual, plural. In this case, we have third person singular. We got plu plus tha. That's 3, 4, 78. Step number 4 goes to remaining of 3.4. See if any rules are coming in to change that pratyaya based on the lakaraha. So based on the lit lakaraha, will this tha undergo any change? That you should finish it right away. The 3, 4, 78 is not in isolation. It also brings with it the remaining of 3.4. Lakar sambandhi adeshaha. So that's these 4 steps all of you should know. They're straightforward, easy steps. One more time. Plu plus lit. Always the first step. Dhatu laka. Don't skip any steps because they leave, because we saw in the previous class, because we have the Sthanivad adeshonal vidhau. They leave residues behind. So they take properties of the items they replaced. So better not to skip any steps, even though it might be tempting sometimes. So plu plus lit, then plu plus la, then plu plus tha, and then plu plus, next step, Karthik. Plu plus
Litas tajore shire.
Tajore shire. In the lit lakaraha, the pratyaya tha and the pratyaya ja becomes esh and ire. In the esh, the tala vishaka is an it, halantyam, and this is because of anekashit sarvasya. So you get pu, plu, a. Pu, plu, a. So again, let's put this much, we won't spend too much time, but plu, a, pu, plu, a. So this is the heart of Panini. So is the kriya Tinganta Prakriya. If you can understand this, then you'll go a long way in understanding grammar. And this is the top of the hill, so to speak, of grammar, the top of the hill of grammar. So you start with sandhis, do subantas, then you go tingantas, and that's the top of the hill. After that, it's kind of downwards. Then after that, if you can master that, then the rest of it, you got it now. So now it's a matter of finishing it off. So that is, if you can climb this one. So here we basically, what number will that be? This is such a yes, will be from
3, 4,
81.
60 something.
81. So what about sandhi between plu and a?
Achishnu dhatu bhruvam e voriyangvangam.
First you do the abhyasa karyam, then do the sandhi. Why is that? Because even though the 6477 is achishnu dhatu bhruvam yoriyangvangam, abhyasa karyam is 618. So why Karthik should we do abhyasa karyam first and not do the uvangadesha?
No idea, Satish.
The sutra is Dirvachanechi. Dirvachanechi. So Dirvachanechi says that if you want to do an ajyadesha based on an ajaji pratyaha, which is dvitva nimittakaha. So which here pratyaya is A. The A is the cause for dvitvam. And he's doing an ajyadesha in place of who's making uva. Ajyadesha na kartavyaha dvitve kartavye. It has to wait. Dvitvam is done. So you cannot do an ajyadesha based with the ajaji pratyaya is falling, which is the cause for dvitvam. Ajyadesha has to wait. So that is why these are subtle points of Vyakaranam, but anyway, we'll not spend too much time. So this Dirvachanechi, one more sutra today, Karthik, is important sutra, Dirvachanechi. Paripasha Sutram, Dirvachanechi. Dirvachanechi is this one here, 1159, Dirvachanechi. Okay? So, alright, so we got an Uvangadesha. So finally you apply 6-4. So Iko and Achi would have been Praptam here. So Yandadesha Praptaha. Tat Paschat is 6-4-77. Iko and Achi is 6-1-77. While Achishnu Dhatu Bhruvan is Achishnu Dhatu Bhruvam Yor Yangvangau is 6-4-77. Remember 6-4-7. So you can know the number that way. So Lavanarnavam. Arnas. Arnas means water. So Arnava, that which has a lot of water. Jalanidhi. This pratyaya also we saw the sutram Keshad Vo Anyatarasyam. This Vo is the pratyaya. It's a Matuvartiya pratyaya, and there is a Vartikam. This Vartikam says that when the Arnas is there, the pratyaya Vo can be used in the Matu pratyaya. Of course, this is probably also Atisha, and a lot of water. That which has a lot of water will be called Arnava. And this one says that Arnaso Lopascha. Pratyaya Va comes and the ending Sakar of Arnas goes away. Become Arnava. So 5-109 Vartikam. Lavanarnavam means you can say it is a salty sea. Salty sea. So it's a Karmadharya compound. You may have to supply something between. You may have to make a Shaka Parthiva to make it clear. Basically, it's a Karmadharya compound. Alright, let's see. Balramji is ready for us. Balramji?
Namaste, Stuji.
Namaste. Okay. Let us see. So we have number 72. Okay. Then, what is then?
Tataha.
Tataha. According to the council.
Vachanat.
Vachana. This is Heto Panchami. See, Panchami, this Heto, you can use Titi or Panchami also. Could have been Vachanena. Vachanat also is possible. So Vachanat according to the council of Sampati.
Sampatehe.
Sampate. The vulture, the king is understood. Vulture king.
Grudrasya.
Rudrasya. So what is happening in brackets also based on the commentary, I already told you the commentary, is that the Sampati could see Sita in Lanka. So that is why, that's why he could advise them to cross the ocean. So if you want quickly, so what's in the bracket? Who could see Sita in Lanka from a distance? That part is based on the commentary. He says, Tasyam Vasati Vaidehi Dina, and so he could see Sita over there. Okay. The mighty. Bali. Then Hanuman is Hanuman.
Hanuman.
Leapt across.
Popluve.
Pupluve, the brackish sea,
Lavanarnavam.
800 miles broad.
800 miles is Shatayojanam. Shata
Shata
means 100, right? Oh,
Yes.
800.
Yojana is 8 miles. Shata Yojana Vistirnam. See, Yojana is interesting term Yojana. And in the old days, they used to go by bullock carts, right? So
Okay.
the distance that you can go without having to unyoke the bullock cart is Yojana. So you can go for 8 miles. You have to give the bulls a rest. So that was Yojana. The distance for which you can yoke the bulls together and then go at one stretch is apparently Yojana. So Yojana means approximately 8 miles. 800 miles is of God. So that was the thing. Now, do we leave anything out? I think we got most of it. So the word was, thank you for that. The word was Pupluve. Subject was Hanuman. The adjective was Bali. The object was Lavanarnavam. It had one adjective, Shatayodana Vistirnam, and we had a clause, which is the Sampatehe Vachanat. That's what I mean. The Shashtis and Panchamis can be left out in the initial analysis. And leave them out. You don't need them. A simple sentence is that Hanuman Pupluve. You take the Tingantam Padam Pupluve, try to find the Karta Hanuman Pupluve. Simple sentence. Then you add all the adjectives and the clauses and the Shashtis and the Panchamis, the Hetu, this, that, even the Karma can be left out. First you need the word Pupluve. We need that first. Then try to find the Karta, if you can, if it's an active voice. Otherwise the Karma, if it's passive voice, so that you find Hanuman. So first step will be Pupluve. Then comes Hanuman. So adjective for him, Bali. Then you take the object, Lavanarnavam. Adjective for Lavanarnavam is Shatayodana Vistirnam. Then you get the clause, Vachanat, which is a Panchami. Behind Vachanat is Grudrasya. There also is an adjective, Sampate, Sampati Namnaha Grudrasya. And Tata is a connecting word from this to that. Okay, Kartik, next one, let's try that one. Satsulankam Samasadya, Purim Ravana Palitam, Tadarshya Sitam Dhyayantim, Ashokavanikam Gatam. Satsulankam Samasadya, Purim Ravana Palitam, Tadarshya Sitam Dhyayantim, Ashokavanikam Gatam. One more time. Tatsulankam Samasadya, Purim Ravana Palitam, Tadarshya Sitam Dhyayantim, Ashokavanikam Gatam. Okay, do the Padacheda for us.
Yes, Satish. Tatra Lankam Samasadya
compound.
Purim
Right?
Ravana Palitam Dadarsha
Right?
Sitam
Sitam
Dhyayantim Ashokavanikam Gatam.
Ashokavanikam Gatam. Okay, good. Okay. Now let's try the Padavicharaha. Tatra is what? From
Avyaya Saptami.
Saptami Arthe. So what Saptami you try to use now?
This is a location. It's referring to Lanka.
So Uttara Tire. So Samudra Uttara Tire. On that far side of the ocean, as you can say. Let's see, the commentator gives everything. Tatra Ashokavanikam. Okay, Tatra Samudra Taranantara Kale, he says. Oh, wait a minute. So, Tatra Samudra Tarana Anantara Kale. Okay. Tatra, any other commentator? Tatra. Oh, no, one who comes says Tatra Lankayam, he says. Interesting. This is for one is saying that, he says Tatra, he takes in the beginning, Samudra Tarana Anantara Kale. So, and the time after crossing the sea, what he did. So, now next one says, Hanuman Ravana Palitam Lankam Samasadya Tatra Lankayam, he says. So he says Tatra Lankayam. Of course, see, this is the interpretation. I think the first one probably is more straightforward because there Dadarsha is coming way in the front over here. To take Tatra with this one, would be a little bit of a stretch. I would say tatra is either tasmin avasare, tasmin kale, tasmin deshe. Probably connecting with this prior event probably makes more sense. But anyway, that's how they give different interpretations. Tatra anyway stands for any saptami. Could be tasmin, tasyam, teshu, tayoho. Then we try different ones, see which one makes sense. They said tasmin kale one gives tasyam lankayam. It can also be any lingam it can be stand for. So one comment is given tasyam lankayam. Other person is giving Tikakara is giving tasmin kale sagar taranantara kale. So correct, taranantara kale. Okay, lankam of course is like Ramavate, Dvitiya ekvachanam.
Dvitiya ekvachanam.
Karma or samasadya, right? Samasadya. What form is samasadya?
It's a lyap, twa, lyap.
Lyap. Twa has become lyap. Twa is pratyaya. Twa means samana kartikayoho purvakale. Samana kartikayoho purvakale. So is that if you have the samana karta doing two actions, the pratyaya twa is used. For example, gatva pashyati, having gone there he sees something. Now that pratyaya twa will become lyap if it's in a compound. So samasanyam purvek tva lyap. It's not the negation of purusha compound, any other compound, twa becomes lyap. What's the dhatu here? So,
sad.
Sad the snitch. Sad means to stick or to sink. So, asad is to come close. Means having cause to come close. You could say asanna maranaha purushaha. Someone who's on a deathbed, asanna maranaha. So asad means to go close. Asad means asad sadi, so it means to cause to come close. Means to having approached basically. Having approached, having reached, prapya, having reached. So dhatu sad, pratyaya nich you add, make it sadi. Sadi. Make a compound with sam asadi tasva. Then make it samasanyam purvek to lyap. Sam asadi lyap. Lyap means you take halantyam dashakvatanjite. Sam asadi ya. The next sutram Kartik.
Sadi plus ya.
Sam asadi ya. Niraniti.
Niraniti. Yes, niraniti.
So anidada vardhatu ke pare ne lopasyat. Nishpratya if it is followed by pratyaya which has the ardhatu kanya, no idagamaha. Why no idagama Kartik? Why is no idagama possible?
Because it's a yakara, the pratyaya. Only valadi will get the idagama.
Not valadi. So, not valadi. Because remember, idagamaha can only come if the pratyaya is valadi. Val equals hal minus ya. So, sam asadya. Who's samana karta? Who's samana karta doing two actions? The prior action takes the twa which became lyap. Who is samana karta here?
Hanuman.
Hanuman. What's the uttaravartini kriya?
Dadarsha.
Dadarsha. Good. So having approached, having reached, having connected with Lanka, then he saw Sita. That's a simple sentence. Okay. Purim is of course qualifying Lanka. So Lanka, again here you can also make one of them an adjective. So make it Lanka namnim Purim. A Puri which is the name Lanka. Okay. So Lankam Purim samasadya. So Ravanena palitam. So Ravanena palitam is the Tritya Tatpurushaha. What's this palitam? What's happening? What's dhatu here?
Pal.
Dhatu is pa rakshane, right? Remember Kartik we did the Nijant Prakriya, pa lakshane. Is that, this, when there are two dhatus pa pane, pa rakshane. When you have the dhatu pa pane, it becomes payayati. And when you have the dhatu pa rakshane, it becomes palayati. The Vartikam on 7337. Sutram says, we won't go in details, but 7337, there is a 7036 which we used frequently. Like in Gita, Ratam Sthapaya Mechyuta, that's 7336 is used over there. 37 says, Sha, Cha, Sa, Va, Vya, Ve, Pam, Yuk. So sha, cha, sa, va, vya, ve, and pa. These are the yuk agama when nich follows. But this only includes the pa, pane. And pa rakshan is a Vatikamani Suttam which says you have to use the look agama. That becomes pali. To cause to protect, to cause to be secure, protect. So pali dhatu is pa, nich pratyaya becomes pali, and now we get pali. Okay, so Ravana palitam. So Ravanena palitam, protected by Ravana. Simple Titya Tatpurusha compound. Okay. Jadarsha is dhatu drish, lakara lit. Very simple now. Drish plus lit. Lit takes the pratyaya. So, sorry, tip in this case. I'm sorry. Very first of Gita, right? Like Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dhatu was vach, pratyaya was tip. The tip becomes null by 3,482. In the lit lakara, in Parasmapadam, those 9 pratyayas completely change. The tip, tasji, etc. becomes null, atus, pus, etc. One more thing, remember this parokshe lit. Parokshe lit. Lit is used when the speaker has not experienced the action. So 99%, it will be only third person. That's the good news. So don't worry about the other 6. They're very rare. In Gita, only one place this has been used. That also that usage is maybe not that strict, not that proper as such. So that is parokshe lit means that lit is, if it is not third person, the chances are it is not lit. So, parokshe lit. Remember that parokshe lit. Okay, so the pratyaya tip became null by 3,482. Again, we won't put in document because this is not Ramayanam class, but if you want to look up on your own, 3,482, tip became null. Do the abhyasa karyam by 618. Niti dhatoho anabhyasasya becomes drish. Haladisheshaha 7,460. The talavishakarsya lopaha. Tatpaschat 7,466. Urat. Uran raparaha. In the abhyasa, the ruvarna becomes an akaraha. Urat. Uran raparaha. We get dar, dr, sh, null. Now again haladishesha, the refa drops. Now abhyasa is da. That's why I'm saying this abhyasa karyam, if you just know these 4 rules, 7, 4, 59, 60, 62, 66, you can then try to make very educated guesses of what the dhatu is. Because this is probably clear to most of you that dhatu is drish, but somebody may not be that clear. You can try different dhatu. You may not know all the complicated rules of what's happening in the right hand side. You can just know these 4 rules. You can say this could not be this dhatu. If the dhatu were to be this, abhyasa would be something else. So that's what I'm saying. This 7, 4, 59, 60, 62, 66. Okay. So abhyasa bhaga is the. Now the drish plus null. You use just one sutram, which is puganta lagu patasya cha. Puganta lagu patasya cha. Any new sutra, repeat 5, 10 times. Puganta lagu patasya cha. It's time well spent. Well, I tell you, my teacher used to wake up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning and read just Adhyay. So any sutra we tell him, immediately he knows which pada it is, which Adhyay it is, Anuvritti word is coming. In the morning, you wake up, you hear Vriddhi Radhaj. So anyway, so Dadarsha is just Uran Raparaha, the Darsha, third person, singular, Prasnapadi, lit, means he saw. Of course, Sitam is the object of that karma, Dvitiya Ekvachanam, Amipurvaha, Sitam. Now, Dhyayanti is qualifying Sitam. What pratyaya used over there? What's the dhatu?
Shatru pratyaya.
Good. What's the dhatu?
Dhyai.
Dhyai plus lat. 3, 2, 1, 23. Vartamane lat. Then below Vartamane lat, next sutram, which what we call the present participle. Vartamane krudantaha. Latashatrishana chava samanadi aprathama samadhikarane. Latashatrishana chava prathama samanadhikarane. In place of lat, Shatrashanach can be used. If it's not samadhikarane, the prathama. We are Dvitiya right now, so we are fine. So, Sometimes Prathama also is used by extension. But right now we have Dvitiya, so don't worry about it. So 3 to 124, Dhatu Jai, Jai plus Shatra. Why Shatra? Because of there's a choice between Shatra and Shanaj. But remember, left Parapsanipadam. Any La Adesha default is Parapsanipadam. But Tangana Vatmanipadam. Tangana Vatmanipadam. So because it's a Parapsanipadi Dhatu, only Shatra can be used, not the Shanaj. Okay, Kasi, so Jai plus Shatra. What's the next step?
Kartari Shap.
Kartari Shap. Jai plus Shatra become because Kartari Sarvadhatu, okay, Shap. So she is the one who's contemplating, who's thinking. Ramam iti adhyarutam. Ramam iti adhyarutam. Athva Ramacharanam iti adhyarutam. She is obviously contemplating on Sri Rama. That's understood. So we got Jai, the Shap, the Shatra. One more thing. Remember Sutram 6145. These are all important rules. Is that what 6145? I think Adech Upadesheshati. So, any dhatu ending in H, A, O, I, O, immediately becomes an Akaranta dhatu. Becomes Akaranta dhatu. Means that A, O, I, O becomes A immediately. If the pratyaya following does not have talavya as an it, like the word dhyanam, simple example, dhyanam. So the J becomes Dhya, because the following pratyaya was lut, ana. But here we won't have that. We will not have that, because we had J plus Shatra, and then we have J plus Shap plus Shatra. So J will not become Dhya. Instead we have Echo Yava Yavaha. So J becomes Jai, Jaya, Shatra. And then Ato Gune becomes Dhyayat. After Dhyayat, you have to make it a feminine form. We get the pratyaya ni pugitascha. Any feminine form, you have to pass it through the subroutine of Triyam. That's from 413, goes up to 480-ish. That's the routine. It has to go through that. You cannot use any form in the feminine unless you pass it through the Triyam Adhikaraha. And there Sutram says, Ugitascha. We say Ugit because the pratyaya Shatra had a R as an It. Pratyaya Neep is going to come. Dhyayati. Okay, last step, Kartik. Sutra for you for today. The Num Agama.
Num Agama, it will be.
So far I got you up to Dhyayati.
Is it below Ugita Sham Sarvanamasthanaya Dhatu?
In that section only. Sutra for you today. 4 sutras, okay? And these are favorite exam questions, and we always get them wrong. So guaranteed to fail all students. So this is 7178 to 81. So give you very deep. Achinadyo num vanapumstakasya. Sorry. Nabhyasta chatuhu vanapumstakasya achinadyo num shapshano nityam. Talking about num agamaha. First of all, let's split them into 2. Let's look at 78, 79 separately. 80, 81 separately. The 78, 79 are talking about the Numagama from 7170. With the Cham Sarvanama Sthane Dhato. That Num is the topic of 78, 79. From 80, 81 is separate Num. Num Vidhanam Punar Kriyate. Which is talking about when you have the pratyaya she, which is the the prathama or dvitiya dvivachanam in the Napumsakalinge, or the nadi. Nadi here means sti pratyaya, long e sti pratyaya. So that is a different num. So it's very confusing. 78, 79 is doing nishedha and vikalpaha of the num agama, which is already praptaha by 7170. 80, 81 is apraptascha vidhanam. 78, 79, praptascha nishedha vikalpascha. We need 71. Which one do we need? We need 81, Kartik. Shap shano nityam. Because the shap or shan pratyaya, if it is there, right? And following you have shatru pratyaya, followed by this long feminine e, or the she, which is the dual in the neuter. In that case, the numagama nityam. So 7, 1, 81. If you have time afterwards, please study 7, 1, 78, 79, 80, 81. Very, very confusing rules. Exam question guaranteed, and also most people get it wrong. So actually, to be very honest, this morning I was doing in the class this morning in the temple, and I got something wrong over here. So after doing it, after teaching 5, 10 times. So study 78, 79, 80, 81. We want 71, 81 right now. Shapshano Nitya. Okay. So that's what we have. Numagamaha. Okay, are we done here? So Dhyayantim, Ashoka Vanikam Gatam. Gatam means really gone to. Means who was stationed in, who was situated. So gone to means situated. So situated in Ashoka Vanikam. So Ashoka Vriksha, so this is the Vanikam. Vana is a forest. Vanika is like a small forest grove, like Balaka and Balikam. So this kan is used in many meanings. One is in the sense of alpe, sense of small. Pratyaya, this is the Tadhya Pratyaya. So Vana plus ka. When you bring the top after that, you have to use 7344. Karthik, if you still have room for a sutram for today, you can take this one also. If your portfolio is still open, we can try this one. So also important rule 7344. So that says that the pratyaya sthat kat. We have the kakara. How it became vanikam is the question. Because vana you got kan pratyaya, you got probably alpe, small vanam. But then when you add the ap after that, ajadyata stav, pratyaya sthat kat purvasya ataha. Look at the sutram. Pratyaya sthat kat. We pratyaya kakara pratyaya, which is the pratyaya ka, or kan, what you call it. Pratyaya sthat kat. The kakara purvasya ataha. We had va, na, ka. Prior to the kakara, which is pratyaya stha kakaraha. Tasmat purvasya. Ataha sthane id. Apya supaha. Api, when that ap follows. So we have a kakara. The a pratyaya is falling. We have a akara prior to that, the a becomes e. So that is 7344. So vanika. Vanika means, it's a small grove. Gatam. So this Gatam is qualifying Sitam. Sitam is the object of Dadarsha. Also Dhyayantim is qualifying Sitam. Now Ashoka Vanikam is the karma of Gatam. So understand this chain of events here. Is that first of all the Karta here is Hanuman. He is doing two actions. The prior action of course is Sama Sadhya, we talked about that. Tatyaktva tva became lap. Samanukritika yoho purva kale. So Hanuman, Lankam Samasadya, Sitam Dadarsha. Kidrishim Sitam, what kind of Sitam? Ramam into brackets, Dhyayantim was thinking about Ramaha. Then Kutra Sitam, where was she? Ashoka Vanikam Gatam. Now one more thing, I said this Dhatu Gam. Gam becomes Gata. The Nakar, what's the Sutram Kartik? Makar dropped by?
It's the
Anudatu Padesha.
Anudatu.
Anudatu Padesha, Vanati
Vanati.
Tanodya, Nunasika Lopaha, Jalikiniti. 6437. But the more important question is that if we normally call these past passive participles, which I said is a very bad name, how can that take an object? Object means it should be active in the active voice. That's why I told you this is not in the passive voice. She had gone to the forest. She was not gone to by somebody. She had gone to. She is the doer of the action. So this is because again I hope you don't mind going Ashtaja one quick time, because normally any participle is in the active voice. Kartari krit. Any participle is in the active voice as a default. Kartari krit. Below that comes a special sutram which says that in some pratyayas can only be used in the passive. One of them is pratyakta, krityakta kalarthaha tayore bhavakarmanoha eva, which we get stuck with the passive meaning over here, which you don't have. But below that it says gatyartha karmaka shlishing sthas vasa jana ruha jiryatibhyascha. Any gatyartha dhatu or akarmaka dhatu, they will be used in the active voice also. You can also use passive for gatyartha. You can say Ramaha vanam gataha athva Ramena vanam gatam. So both these are fine. But clearly here it is a she has gone to the, because, so this past passive participle is a bad usage. It is because it becomes kartari. For any, it can become kartari. When you gatyartha dhatu, of course akarmakas and some other dhatus. And then it can start taking a karma. So this sitam was qualified by gatam, which is an active usage, and that gatam to the object of ashoka vanikam gatam. Okay, let's see if we can get our adhikrita anuvadakaraha. Hey, Valarama.
Yes, Satish.
Okay, so let's see. I've got these 2 pages now. Okay, okay. Duly reaching.
Samasadya.
Samasadya. Duly reaching samasadya. Okay. The city of
Purim.
City is Purim. Sorry, city is Purim. Of Lankam.
Lankam.
Ruled over by Ravana.
Ravanapalitam.
Ravanapalitam. And he found.
Found is Dadarsha.
The Dadarsha. He is understood from the Anuvartate. So Hanuman in the prior shloka came down. Now there.
Tatra.
See, now they took the meaning of this comment. It said Tatra Lankaya. So they didn't say Tatra means that Tasmin Kale Atva Tasmin Uttaravartini Deshe. Tatra Lankaya. So they have accepted the fact that these are the subtle points, that they took this Tatra and put it all the way up to here, the Darsha. Yeah, so that's a possibility, but bit of a stretch. But from the meaning, I think here the meaning is overriding, because clearly he saw Sita in Lanka. I mean, it's obvious, right? But otherwise, if you take Tatra means, it will not give that very good meaning. The placement-wise, they should go with that prior connection. This is the first word in the shloka. It should mean at that time or at that place. Okay, and I think I appreciate what this first comment is saying. Says Samudra Tarananantara Kale. I think that makes sense. But anyway, other commentary is also saying Tatra Lankaya, and Gita has chosen to take that meaning, so which is fine. But we just notice that how they have done that. Of course, you get the good meaning out of it. There, Sita is Sita.
Sita.
Confined. Oh, confined.
Is it Gatam?
Gatam. This is Gatam. So this is a bit of stretch. But yeah, confined is Gatam. Now let's see. We may have some commentary. Ashoka Vanikam Gatam. Gatam. Oh, here it is. Gatam is Ravanena Sthapitam. So there is a commentary on that. Ravanena Sthapitam. Let's see, next commentator. Samasadya Gatam. No, only one commentary. Okay, that's what they're saying. Ravanena Sthapitam. So I guess she was confined by Ravana. Therefore, in a grove of Ashoka trees.
Ashoka Vanikam.
Ashoka Vanikam Gatam. Contemplating.
Dhyayanti.
Dhyayanti. So straightforward. The meaning is straightforward. Dhyayanti. Again, in brackets, Rama Charanao Dhyayanti. Understood that. So I think if we got most of the meanings, as I said, even if you don't get them all, even if you get 50%, even if you get 20%, that is a lot. But think about that, 24,000 shlokas. If you get 20%, you got 4,800 shlokas. That's a lot. If you know that well, then you're really in very good shape. So, just thinking of Ramayanam, she keeps the same level of language as, let's say, Gita. I mean, roughly speaking, Vyakaranam-wise. So, and he gives you so much practice. My God. I mean, one shloka, we had so many sutras over here, Like here we had this Shapshano Nityam we had, here you had 7344 we had, here you had a Gatyasa Karmaka. So we can use at least 15, 20 sutras in one shloka. And if you do this consistently, and they're not that, the difficulty level is not that high. Because if you talk about, I said Bhagavad Puranam, you talk about Vedic, it's much more difficult than this. But if you know this well, that will be a logical next step for you. Okay, Karthik, next one. Nivedayitva bhijnanam pravrittim vinivedya cha समाश्वास्य च वैदेहीं मर्दयामास तोरणम् पुनरेकवारं निवेदयित्वा अभिज्ञानं प्रवृत्तिं विनिवेद्य च समाश्वास्य च वैदेहीं मर्दयामास तोरणम्. Keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading. Actually, a friend of mine who was teaching Sanskritam at the temple here, he read the whole Mahabharatam. And now he knows the language, so he should just come home from work, just eat something quickly and sit down and read the whole 100,000 verses. 100,000 verses. Of course, he knew some Sanskritam before that also. His grandfather was a Sanskrit Vidwan. But anyway, so now he says, give me anything. I'm fearless now. So, you really, after 100,000 verses he read. Great man. I mean, it's a great thing. So you can, just keep on reading. Please keep on reading, keep on reading. Even if you don't understand anything, you will understand. You will understand over time. Please keep on reading. Loudly, clearly, one letter at a time. Nivedayitva bhijnanam pravrittim vinivedya cha samashvasya cha vaidehim mardayamasa toranam. After that, read the commentary the same way. Only read good things. Read shishta prayoga only. So because that's how you want to be speaking. Okay. So Karthik, you want to try some padacheda?
Yes, Satish. Nivedayitva Abhijnanam Pravrittim Vinivedya Cha Samashvasya Cha Vaidehim Mardayamasa Toranam.
Okay, let's do the Padasala. We have Pratyak Twa itself right here. What's the problem in that word, Nivedayitva?
It has a Upasarga, but it has a Twa instead of a Lyap.
So now the sutram here is that there is one loophole over here. Samasanyam Purvek Twa Lyap, which we used. In fact, it's interesting thing, the same shloka, Valmiki is then saying right back to back Vinivedya. So here he made the Twa into Lyap. Here he did not. Because there is a sutram which allows us some latitude. Right below that, 7137, we have 7138, Swapi Chandasi, which means that in Chandas, in Vedic, instead of Lyap, you can get Twa also. So what you can say, again, you can always say, Chando vat Puranani bhavanti, Purana itihasaha, I guess, Chando vat bhavanti, they can be like Chandas. So, so this is a sutram immediately, Anantaram sutram, immediately following 737, Samasanyam Purvek Tva Lyap, but following that, Tvapi Chandasi. And there actually Kashika says that by this word api, what Panini says is that, so Tva can be there, Lyap also can be there. So instead of saying that, by using the word api, because in the Ramayanam, you'll also find some place in the reverse case where there's no samasa, Lyap is there. So Valmiki does both violations. He'll make a word like Nivedayitva. He'll also use a word like Grihya. So no samasa, Lyap is there. Samasa is there, Lyap is not there. So Kashika says this very quickly, Tvapi Chandasi. Says, Lyap api bhavati. And then he says that Sarvopadhi Vyabhicharartham is that Va Chandasiti na uktam. Parasutram was Samasanyam Purvek Tva Lyap. Panini could have just simply said Va Chandasi. Means that Tva comes Chandasi. But then we could not justify usages like Grihya. Means Grihitva. But Grihya required the Lyap. Because if Panini only says Va Chandasi, then only Tva will come Chandasi Va. So he says Tva api. Means Kvachit Lyap api bhavati. Sometimes Lyap also might come without Samasaha. So Va Chandasi iti na uktam. Sarvopadi vyabhicharartham tena asamase Lyap api bhavati. sometimes you can get, so both of these violations are justified on this word tvapi. Means tva can come, lyap can also come, chandasi, which means if samasa is not there, also lyap can come. Samasa there, also tva can come. He says, archya tan devan gataha. Dhatu archya. So archya. So having worshipped the gods, he went. No samasa, lyap is coming. Okay. So 7138 is the way to justify this form. Nivedayatva. So dhatu here, Kartik.
With plus nich.
Positive. With is to know. Vedi is to cause to know, to inform somebody. So in this case, nivid is like to offer. Is to offer. So nivedayatva, if you look at the tika, in fact, if you look, actually as a matter of fact, here the commentator says here also, nivedayatva samarpya. Having offered samarpya. Yes, dhatu ru plus nich samarpya. Anityatvat samasya api lyap abhavaha. Anityatvat, he says, okay. Then he says, ata eva aha nyasakaraha. Means that the commentary on Kashika nyasaha. Vachandasi iti vaktavye. Panini could have said vachandasi. Iti vaktavye, tva api chandasi iti vachanam. Asamasya api lyabbartham. Tena archa devan gataha iti siddham iti. Anina vyabhicharena samase lyab vidhir videhe anityatvam siddham eva. So basically the 7138 gives a license to bring the, to keep the tva in the samasaha or bring the lyap in samasa is not there. So nivedayatva samarpya, having offered. Abhijnanam is the karma of that, is of course dvitiya ekvachanam, abhijnanam. So we can say that by which something is known, it's a token, recognition, token of recognition. Yamadis pratya lyut can come, tapumsake bhave. Taha lyutcha also karnadikarana yoscha. That by which something is known also could be abhijnanam. Abhijnanam is anguliyika rupam. Means in Anguli, which Sri Rama had given him that token, which only Sita would know, which would know that he is coming from Rama. Avijnanam Rama preshito ayam iti bodhakam Raghunath datta anguliyakam nivedayatva vaideyai dattva. So this is the Rama preshitaha ayam iti bodhakam. So Sita would know this is coming from Rama only, from nobody else. So, okay, abhijnanam. The vrittim vinivedya is a similar form. Again the dhatu with vinivedya. Vinivedya, again he says vinivedya is the kathayatva. Kathayatva. So this is kathayatva. With different upasargas, different meaning, because vedi means to make known. So, nivedi means to inform, to narrate. So vinivedya means kathayatva. This is nivedayatva means it is samarpya, having offered. So pravrittim vinivedyasha. Pravrittim means the activity. Pravritti means like the moving, the going about, or the activities. Pravrittim. So kasya pravrittim? He says that Rama Sugriva Sakhya Adi Sarva Vrittantam means the news, having told her the news of what's going on. It says Rama Sugriva Sakhyadi Sarva Vrittantam. So another commentator says Savrittim is Sugriva Maitri Karanadi Vrittantam is what it says. So this is all, that means having informed her. Says Ramasya Sita Ek Purayanattvadikam means that this chakara, they say that you can use that samuchiyate. You can include this thing that Rama is only trying to find you, don't worry. So on and so forth. Pravrittim means the news, the activities, what is happening. How about Samashwasya? One more lyap, right? So what is dhatu here?
Shwas plus nich.
Nishwasi. Like in Gita, Ashwasayama Bhita Menam. Bhuta Punastamya Pur Mahatma. Bhuta Punastamya Pur Mahatma. So Krishna consoled. Shwas is to breathe. Shwaseti means to make somebody breathe, means to give confidence. Like keep him at, get him back to ease, So some ashvas, see, ashvas is also means to console, be consoled. So to console somebody, to give somebody, to restore to confidence. So some ashvasi plus the twa became lyap. In this case, properly, in both these cases, he has properly used the 7137 samasanyam purve lap nirniti. Anidada vardhatake pare ne lopasyat. So Nich has gone. Samashvasi, having consoled, having restored confidence. Cho Vaidehim. Vaidehi, of course, is from Videha. Daughter of Videha is Vaidehim. That is the Prayoga Sitam. Having consoled Sitam, having given her confidence. Mardayamasa Toranam. Mardayamasa. We've been through this many times before, so we won't again today. Anuprayoga lit. Sutras from 3135 to 39 and then 3140. 3135 itself says that if you have any derived dhatu, and Vartikam says if you have any anekash dhatu, then you have to use pratyaya am has to be used. And then after that, Sutram says amaha luksyat. We've done this in prior classes in detail. So just giving you the summary of that. So amaha luksyat, so the original lid goes away. Then 3140 says krincha anuprajyate liti. Krincha anuprajyate liti. The krin is a pratyahara. A new second dhatu will come. Kru, bhu or as. Which anuprayag means its own lit will come with that. So you got dhatu mard and became mardi. So let's check in dhatu part. I think this dhatu called mard became mardi. Like mardanam, right? And then after that you had the pratyaya am. So here we should have had the same sutram nirniti because am has the sanya of adadhatukam. Below that is an exception at 6455. Instead of taking look, instead of taking lopaha, it will become ay. So become mardayam. Following mardayam, new dhatu as has come with its own lit. So that goes to the usual abhyasa karam ata adehe. In the abhyasa and adi akara becomes akaraha. Otherwise you had atogune would have come to give a wrong form. So instead of ata ades, this is a special abhyasa karya. Rule which I gave you before, 74, 59, 60, 62, 66 is in any abhyasa. But in lit, if you have the adi akara, it becomes akara, ata adehe. That is a special rule only for the abhyasa in lit. So that becomes, of course, then tip becomes null, becomes atha. I know I went very fast because we've done this before. Let's see what the dhatu is here. Should be marad. Dhatu mrud or marad? What is dhatu you think? Karthik?
I think it's mrud.
Mrud, dhatu mrud, I think you're right. Mrudak shodhe, because then you can do the buganta lagu padasyate gunaha uran daparaha. It comes mardi. Okay. Dhatu is not marad because I'm looking for marad, I'm not finding it. No. So dhatu is mrud shodhe. So should is to trample, yeah, that's the one. So mardayamas, mardayamas anuprayoga, let's refer to prior notes, but dhatu is mrud, taken niche became mardi, and dhatu asya with anuprayoga. The toranam is given, Amar Kosha they're giving as a quotation, is that, in fact, one more Amar Kosha for you, the pravrittim can be somebody's also inherent nature, pravrittim can be, that's prakriti, I'm sorry. So pravrittim can have different meanings, not prakriti. Prakriti can mean nature. So pravrittim can also be, but pravrittim can also be his inherent kind of, what should I say in English? Disposition or his, intention to do something. Pravritti means engagement, to engage in some action. So pravrittim comes in Gita. Where does it come in Gita? Anybody? Quick prize for today. Comes in two places. Pravrittincha nivrittincha janana vidurasuraha. And comes in chapter 16 and chapter 18. The same thing comes. Pravrittincha nivrittincha janana vidurasuraha, chapter 16. Chapter 18. Pravrittincha nivrittincha karya karye bhaya bhaye, chapter 18. Pravritti means engaging in action. Nivritti means desisting from action. Okay? But here Amar Kosha they're giving us saying that Varta pravrittihi vrittanta iti amaraha. Amar Kosha gives these three synonyms of Varta, pravrittihi, vrittantaha. Basically news, what's going on, what's happening. So that's one Amar Kosha. Amar Kosha again thinks Torano astri bahirdwaram. Torano astri bahirdwaram means that the word Torana can be used in masculine or neuter, astri. So then bahirdwaram means the outside gate is called Toranam. So, bahirdwaram. In first commentary he says that Toranam Ashoka Vanika Gata Prasada Bahirdwara Sannivesham is the external gate of the the surrounding wall of that Ashoka Vanika. So it says Bahirdwaram. Okay. It says Toranam Ashoka Vanika Bahirdwaram Mardayamasa Dadvamse. Dadvams dhatu dvams. Dadvamse means he destroyed that. So these are all, again, these are two things. Remember in the Sutram 3.4.21, which is the Samana Kartakayoho Purva Kale, the Kashika says Dvivachanam Atantram. It doesn't have to be only two actions, there can be more also. Like, Snatva, Bhuktva, Pitva, Gachati. Means having bathed, having eaten, having drank, then he goes. You can have many actions. Dvivachanam Atantram. There have to be only two. There can be 3, 4, even 5, 6 actions. Here we how many we have? It is Abhijnanam Nivedayitva, one action. Pravrittim Vinivedya, second action. Third action, Shamas Samashvasya Vaidehim, third action. And finally the fourth action, Mardayamasa. So 3 actions, 1, 2, 3. They're all same Sutram, 3.4.21. You can, by the Vyakhyanam, you can use more than 2. Okay. So all the karta, of course, is Hanuman Samana karta, and the Uttaravati Kriya finally is Mardayamasa. Balramji, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. Presenting.
Nivedayitva.
Nivedayitva. The souvenir.
Abhignanam.
Abhijnanam. In the bracket, in the shape of a signet ring handed over to whom by Rama. That's all in the commentary. Abhijnanam Anguliya Karupam. That's all in the commentary. Rama Preshito Yam Iti Bodhakam Raghunath Datta Anguliyakam. It's all the commentary in the bracket. So this is also one more thing. If you want to know the commentary, look in the bracket of this translation. And I think there's a chair somewhere.
Cha.
Relating
Vinivedya.
Vinivedya, the news.
Pravrittim.
Pravrittim. Look again in brackets. About Sri Rama's alliance with Sugriva, lateral installation of throne of Kishkinda after Vali, his elder brother and mortal enemy had been got rid of Sri Rama. All that is, as is given to the commentator as Ragam Rama Sugriva Sakhyadi Sarva Vrittantam. Very straightforward. Remember one thing, that the commentary is going to make it easy for you. The job is to reduce the level of difficulty. So you should be happy to go to commentaries. Don't be scared of them, please. Their job is to make it straightforward and easy for you. So please read the commentaries. And they are very great scholars. They've spent their lives writing commentaries for us. They're becoming extinct nowadays. Nobody reads them. So please read the commentary. Very straightforward. Rama, Sugriva, Sakhya, Adi, Sarva, Vrittantam. And as you read more and more, you get some confidence, Okay, that's in the brackets. And probably had consoled.
Samashvasya.
Samashvasya. The daughter of Janaka.
Vaidehim.
Vaidehim. Now, with the assurance that her consort would shortly come and rescue her after disposing of the tyrannical Ravana. That's all in the commentary. So, is that it says Samashvasya. Let's quickly read out to you. Samashvasya. Ragavasya sarvopi vyaparaha. Tvat pratyapti ekaphalakaha. Ityadi tattva kathanena vaidehim samashvasya. That all the activities of Rama. Ramasya sarvo Ragavasya sarvopi vyaparaha. All his activities. Tvat pratyapti ekaphalakaha. is all targeted towards getting you back. Ityadi. So that's the one he says. One more quickly for you, and we're out of time. But these commentaries are very nice. Is samashwasya sadhya te kantaha samagamishyati iti santvayitva. Having consoled, don't worry, your husband will come to you very soon. So that's all in the brackets. Okay? Hanuman is from the context
The
Hanuman.
previous sentence.
Demolished.
Mardayamasa.
In the outer gate is what we talked about.
Toranam.
Amar Koshaha is that Bahirdwaram. Toranasti Bahirdwaram. So it is off this. This is understood. Off the orchard understood. Time is up. Just into the next sloka for 2 minutes and we'll stop there. Give you some small homework maybe. Pancha Senagragan Hatva Saptamantri Sutanapi Shuramaksham Cha Nishpishya Grahanam Samupagamata. Again, you have two pratyas here. Is Hatva. Same karta. Hanuman is the same karta. Having killed the 5 army leaders and also the 7 sons of ministers. Shura Maksham to Nishpishya, having pounded, having pish is to pound, having pounded, completely pounded. The hero Aksha, who was the son of Ravana, by the way, he came to confinement. He went, means he allowed himself to be confined, so to be arrested. He went to be arrested, means he got arrested. So now homework for you, Nishpishya. How did this Visarga become the Mudra Shakaraha? Normally, what should have normally should have had the Kapoha Kufpaucha, right? Kufpaucha. Should have been Nishpishya. Or Nishpishya. So below that, look in the section 8.3, you'll find the answer to this. So below 8.335, go for about 10 sutras. You'll find the answer, Nishpishya. Okay? Then Hatva, how did Nakara drop in Hatva? Okay? Sapta, important quick thing for today for you, is that if you look at a form like this must be a Pradipatikam ending in An. Saptan. Saptan. You will not get a Prathama or this Dvitiya form like that with the Visarga Rahita Akarantam. Unless it's of course Sambuddha like He Rama. This must be Saptan. So try to form this. We'll go to next time why it has to be Saptan. Okay? And same thing here, Panchan. Panchan. Okay, and if you had the commentary, read that because they are given all the decent words, samasas also. And Samupagamata. What lakara is this? Can this be lung lakara? No, it cannot be. Because lung, why cannot be lung? So in lung, what do? We check the form in lut. Gachati is in lut. Gum did not become gacha. Gum did not become gacha. This samupagamat cannot be lung lakaraha. Then what can it be? It has to be lung. Simple as that. But try to understand that next time this cannot be lung lakaraha because you have an adagamaha here, but the gum has not become gacha. So the gana vikaranam, so the sambandhi karyam na vidyate. So let's stop with that. So next class will be November 27, next class, same 2 sessions. And one thing I just want to mention is that from today what we started from this Tataha onwards, the Sundarakandam Katha. It says, Itaha Sundarakanda Katha Prasangaha. Because this is a summary of Ramayanam, right? So from here on, what we did today was Sundarakanda Katha is this being given over here. Okay, next class will be November 27. Ramo Rajamanis Tada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Raje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Prataram Ramasya Sosmyaham Rameshitya Sada Bhautame Bhaurama Mudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sasanamadastulyam Ramanama Varanane Sri Ramanama Varanana On Namaiti Dhanyavadaha. Today was November 13th, second session, Ramayanam. So, how are you doing, Karthik? Must be okay.
I'm okay. Satishji, I'm okay.
Karthik, you're okay?
Can you hear me, Satishji?
Yeah, we are fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You can upload the recording. I think Vasu was saying some recording uploaded. Just saying some. Right, Vasu.
For the Saturday.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What is missing, Vasu? So
I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong link. I'm looking at the tiny